Right, back again. We are in round 6, season 1, 2025 of the Drivers Room Festival of Speed Championship. We're in the Mazda 1 Class Championship, Mazda 787B, open tuning, and this is a team event. Some of the results so far. So we are in Tier 1. So we go down the track. So this is a Tier 1 leader at the moment, Luco. Send It Racing. What's he got here? 2 wins. So a win in round 2 and a win last week in round 4, which was a double points 1 hour race at Le Mans. So that has established what we've got, a 14-point lead at the top of the league at the moment. Second place in the division is McLaren for Wrecking Ball Racing. Picked up a win in round 3, has made an appearance, 2 podiums and a win in round 3. Puts him in second place on 87 points in the championship. His teammate, Wrecking Ball Racing, MS2 Fast for You. Third place in the championship on 74 points. Yet to pick up a win this season, but has picked up solid results in the opening 4 rounds so far. And then in 4th place we have TCR Robbers Dog for Retro Racing. He is on 61 points, 13 points behind MS2 Fast in the league. And in 5th place I believe is Ivan on, I believe this is Vlad, Ivan? I believe it's the same guy. 5th place for Balkan Motorsport. And again also solid results with podium in round 2, as did his teammate actually. Also for Balkan Racing, I did see his name earlier, I'm sure, Embar, there he is. Running 4th place in this open qualifying session at the moment. 6th place in the league, again with a podium in round 2 by the looks of it. So 55 points and 54 points for Vlad and Embar respectively. Both motorsports running well. In the mid-table at the moment, AG27 is he here tonight? He is for Retro Racing, so Lex's teammate. Only appeared in 2 rounds. So won the opening round and never made an appearance again until last week at Le Mans, where he picked up top 5 finish, I believe. We raced 8 rounds over the course of the season, dropping our worst 2 results. So if AG scores well for the remainder of the season, all points will score to his total, will count towards his total, and be in good shape towards the end of the season. And then we have in 8th place in the league at the moment, we have Mickey. Is Mickey here tonight? I don't think we have a Mickey. For Balkan Motorsport, that would have been Vlad and Embar's teammate. Doesn't look like he's here tonight. Mr. Sean in 9th for Goose Racing. Didn't make an appearance at Le Mans, unfortunately. So running 9th place, setting his personal best at the moment. In 10th place in the league we have RJ Cool, Retro Racing. There are 4 members for Retro Racing in Tier 1 this season. RJ not scoring that well in the opening 3 rounds, as same as his teammate Dowlers. So both of these drivers, pretty quick and consistent. Don't seem to be nailing down the Mazda 787B this season thus far. And then we have Irk at the in 12th place in the league. I don't think Irk's here tonight for Wrecking Ball Racing. A quick look at the league team championship, Goose Racing. Mr. Sean representing Goose Racing in Division 1. In Tier 1, in Tier 2 we have CPO Nunu and Jules, who have been picking up some solid results. They put Goose Racing at the top of the team championship. Wrecking Ball Racing in 2nd, Send It Racing in 3rd, Sega / Pegasus Racing in 4th place, Balkan Motorsport in 5th, and Retro are in 6th place. So a lot to play for at the midpoint of the season. But Luco, the championship leader at the moment, really finding some great pace in this Mazda 787B. Just doing enough to stay ahead of McLaren in the timing sheet at the moment. So So yeah, both of these guys first and second in the championship, and MS is third in the championship. So all we need is Robber's Dog to get himself up into fourth, and qualifying order will pretty much match what the championship order is at the moment. So yeah, you could definitely see a certain not hierarchy, what's the word? Whatever, a certain order, pecking order, that's the word. Certain pecking order starting to develop across the season. Let's have a quick check of something. So I'm just turning my mic up a couple more notches because these cars are absolutely screaming, and I've lost my voice a little bit from just commentating on the first race in the DRSL, which was the Tomahawks, and it was just a bit mental. But anyway, 2 minutes left of this qualifying session. Luco still in pole position by just under a tenth of a second to McLaren in second. Excuse me. Vlav doing well in third place. Obviously found a good bit of pace for this weekend. His teammate Embar just under a second behind, not much separating him, Embar and AG27. And Robber's Dog again not much further behind those guys. But yeah, finding themselves at Tokyo. Not too sure what the wall penalties are saying tonight, but yeah, this is not exactly Monte Carlo-esque, but yeah, this is quite a brute of a machine to be wrestling around the streets of Tokyo. AG setting his quickest lap of this qualifying session. Will he have enough time? He's got enough time to complete this lap. This might move him up the grid. Keeps it clean and tidy. Tyres look pretty decent. Scraping the wall there. We go on board. And he does cross the line. Moves himself up into third place right at the end of quali there. It's a great job from AG27. As you see from the lobby host, MS getting ready to start soon. I don't think that has Vlav been improving. We'll see. He improves a tiny little bit, but not enough to beat AG. But he had a shock when he came around the corner there. So not much changing elsewhere in the grid, as I'm not too sure if Robber's Dog has improved. I don't think he has. His best lap was on lap 2, so I think he's just moved up because of guys in the pits taking new tyres on. So as they come back out onto track, the grid order resetting itself. But here we go. MS2 fast on pole, McLaren second, Luco third. Standing start with these beasts as well. As we might go chase cam mid pack just to see how we get on. Full starts will be penalised. We'll sit with Vlav chase cam. We see the cars up ahead. Keep an eye on anything behind. Looks clean up front. All guys getting away really well there. Vlav having a good start, making a move on AG as the left-hander coming up first corner. Just breaks a little bit too early there. And catches the car out behind, so might have to run with a little bit of damage there. It might have affected. I think Robber's Dog lost a place there, but no damage I can see. So everyone getting through reasonably cleanly. So MS in the lead, Luco in second. Has got the job done on McLaren somewhere through this opening section. As can't really go side by side through there without costing each other too much. That has already allowed MS to pull out of the slipstream zone. Luco doing enough to take second place from McLaren. Hold on to it through the tunnel. AG up into fourth place. Vlav in fifth. Robbers Dog in sixth. These cars screaming through the tunnel. Mr. Sean running in 8th place, just behind RJ Cool, finds himself up in 7th, Dowders in 9th, Embar down in 10th place. I'm not too sure what's happened to Embar there, it's just shuffled down the pack. Also on the racing mediums, MS Too Fast nearly losing the back end of the car coming out of that corner, say losing a chunk of momentum. This might allow Luco to make a move halfway through. Oh no, we're at the twisty section. I thought we was coming into a straight, my bad. So MS will retain the lead as long as he keeps it neat and tidy. There's no really overtaking opportunities through this section, but we might have now on the run down into turn 1. Not for Luco, but maybe for AG behind. Luco's falling back a little bit, second, third and fourth running very close together. So AG actually was running in fourth, finds himself up into third place now. McLaren shuffled right back down to fourth place, with Vlav just settling down now in fifth. Robbers Dog in 6th, RJ in 7th, Mr. Sean in 8th, Embar up into 9th and Dowders down to 10th. As we follow our leader through this double right-hander, really technical section, but again only one real line through here. But plenty of opportunities to get side by side with someone, but again it will cost both of you as AG picks up a penalty there. I wonder if that was for track limits. Well, that will cost him, and obviously allow McLaren, not too sure where the penalty zone is around here. It will allow McLaren back into that fight up ahead. Again, MS after that little bit of a wobble does find himself nearly out of the slipstream zone. 1 point, or under a second now, coming into the heavy braking zone and the hairpin. Neat and tidy. So it's going to give Luco a little bit of breathing room now as well, with AG picking up that penalty. See how much half a second affects the lap time in these cars on this track. 7th, 8th and 9th. So Robbers Dog was in 6th. So RJ called up into, let's have a little look back, see if we can see any of that. Look, probably not, because my thing isn't working. No, still in 6th there, so it looks like a bit of a coming together between a few guys and costing each other a bit of speed, but let's get back to the action. With so Vlav in clean air in 5th place, top 4 as they were a second ago. But yeah, RJ Cool up into 6th place now, ahead of this battle for the midfield. 6th, 7th, 8th, Mr. Sean up to 8th, Embar in 9th, Dowders in 10th, not far behind at all. So Robbers Dog making a move, these two teammates here. So RJ not holding Lex up too much, probably feels he might be a bit faster. Let's see if RJ can still keep ahead of Mr. Sean here, as these two have been really close for this opening stint of the race. There's a big old wide car, and Mr. Sean coming under pressure from Embar in 9th, trying to find a way round somewhere. Got a bit of a tank slapper on now, I think, and the wall's just containing that. I don't know why the fuel thing keeps coming up, that is a little bit annoying. So no movement up ahead. RJ Cool managing to stay ahead of Mr. Sean. I believe that braking zone into that hairpin is probably one of the best overtaking opportunities. Yeah, 10 runners here. MS still out in the lead, 1.8 seconds ahead of Luco now, who is 1.8 ahead of AG, who is 1.8 ahead of McLaren. It's like that's the dirty air zone. So all these cars running, keeping each other in check at the moment. A little bit of a gap to Vlav. It's also allowing Vlav to run in clean air, get his own race done. Let's see Robbers Dog up to 6 now, but is on the racing softs. That tyre wear starting to kick in a little bit. see if he can stay ahead of this chasing pack. So RJ also on the racing softs, Mr. Sean on the racing softs, Embar on the racing mediums. So, and pretty good tyre, pretty good wear as well. Dowler's also on the medium, staying in touch with Embar, that 1.6 gap. So all the leaders running about 1.6 to 1.8 away from each other, as if that is similar to when you watch Formula 1 and everyone just maintains the gap because you just eat your tyres. And yeah, overtaking proving to be a little bit difficult around here, and yeah, not many heavy braking zones. So yeah, all gaps being maintained with the top four, with Vlav still staying around 3.8 behind the top four. I think put a little bit, yeah, 39.8 last lap and a 41.3 from Robber's Dog, so pulling a little bit of a gap to the guys behind, and is on the racing medium. So Vlav looking in good shape at the moment. Robber's Dog going to be struggling very soon, I feel, as is, sorry, Mr. Sean is ahead, and we'll see if we can catch any of that action. RJ Cool's obviously the loss of momentum there, so maybe hit a wall somewhere as he gets swallowed up by two drivers and drops back into 9th place. So yeah, really struggling on the softs now. He'll probably be letting his teammate Dowlers through in a minute, but he can't afford to pit too early. Embar up into 8th, and obviously Mr. Sean doing a good job on the soft tyres, but he will be coming into similar struggles very soon, I feel. Embar under a second behind, looking to make the most of the racing mediums. You think maybe Mr. Sean, well, we'll see how long the mediums can last. 8 minutes out of these softs. So we might get around 11 minutes out of the mediums, and then just leaves another stop, so 2-stop strategy. He goes medium. We shall see. But Embar really closing the gap up behind now. So one of the better overtaking opportunities. Gets really close, and Mr. Sean just hugs the apex there, keeps track position, and as you see, Embar's just got nowhere to go and can't make the most of the later braking at that section. But yeah, both drivers going reasonably well enough at the moment. Embar setting his fastest lap of the race. But yeah, the guys up ahead, so Vlav in clean air, 139s, 140, mid 140 that lap. Robber's Dog setting his best lap of the race, and then dropping back nearly in the 142s. Those softs are really giving up now. 141.6 from Mr. Sean. And yeah, you feel Embar can go a little bit quicker at this stage of the race, but he just can't. He's just got nowhere to go. RJ Cool trying to hold on to them softs for a little bit longer. Dallas has dropped back a little bit on the mediums. He's had an incident somewhere, 6 seconds behind his teammate. Was right behind RJ Cool a lap or two ago. But MS stretching his legs out in the lead now, 2.5, so he's added another second to that lead. And he's done a good job, a great job on the racing softs to get close to the 10-minute mark. Luco also on the softs, Distinct AG also on the softs, McLaren also on the softs. So Vlav is the highest runner on the mediums. He's only 9.5 seconds off the lead. You feel whatever way you run this race, can't really see him stretching this to a one-stopper. You never know. But it's the only thing I think will mix things up for Vlav, if you can get this set of mediums to the 15-minute mark, and then do the same again on another set of mediums. All the top runners I feel have committed to a two-stopper now. As McLaren rejoins the race, right in a battle between Embar, and Embar has got the job done on Sean. We'll go back and we'll watch that pit exit as well. So yeah, looked like the braking zone of that hairpin, as you see McLaren does come out of the just about in the lead, but no momentum. Embar and Mr. Sean gain track position for now. Embar running on the mediums as well, so won't be pitting anytime soon. Mr. Sean will probably be pitting on this lap as we pass the 10-minute mark Yeah, McLaren out on the racing mediums now. We'll see how long he can make these last, but he is the first of the front runners to make a pit, and he has come out in traffic. Was running in 4th place, so this will play into Vlav's hands. If Vlav can, as I say, he needs to really make these stretch and go on to a 1-stop, and he will put some cars ahead under pressure. As you see, he's the quickest man out of the top 4 now, I think. Yeah, 140.1. The top 4, the top 3 ahead of him, all on the racing softs, completely warm. And we'll be losing chunks of time. MS too fast into the pits. This will be Luco into the pits, and this will be AG into the pits. And Vlav coming round to take the lead of the race. So if anything, this will, I think, compound the decision to go on a 1-stop strategy for Vlav. So 9 seconds behind the leader before he pitted. I'm not too sure if he took on any fuel, but so yeah, look, around a 15-second pit stop for MS2 fast. Luco out in what is 3rd place for the moment. So 4.95, let's say 5 seconds between 1st place Vlav and MS. We'll keep an eye on that delta. As yeah, Vlav only has 3 minutes left to get to the halfway point. Looking good, looking in good shape at the moment. Balkan Motorsport really could do with a good result here. Good, very quick lineup of drivers, but Tier 1 is ultra competitive. There's some very established quick drivers, including this guy here, MS2 fast. But yeah, Vlav doing a great job. 5.1 seconds and maintaining that 5-second gap at the moment. Luco also out on the mediums. I can't see these guys making the medium stretch 20 minutes, but we shall see as the race goes on. We're not far off the halfway mark now. Embar running in 5th place now, still ahead of McLaren. So it looks like Sean right at the back now, so not too sure what's happened there. RJ Cole hasn't pitted, that would be why. Dowlers hasn't pitted, he's on the mediums. RJ Cole's easily the longest runner on the softs. The 2 left tyres are absolutely dead. 145 on that last lap. I think this is really, I don't think that's going to pay off too well. We see Dowler's coming around to take that position. Mr. Sean also coming past the pit entry now. So yeah, big long stint on the softs there for RJ, but I say that will put him a little bit back off the back of the pack. 6 seconds, around the 6-second mark now as he gets up to speed. But yeah, Vlav, man of the moment. 14-minute mark coming round, start of lap 9, and yeah, MS hasn't really eaten into that lead at all, barely a second. 140.1 on that last lap, 40.8 is 0.7 of a second slower than MS behind, so I think that will be that'll be good to see on the delta for Vlav. That is, I believe, good enough pace for this stage of the race. Again, we see AG's 1.4 seconds behind. Start of the race, all these guys were about 1.7 seconds behind each other and maintained that gap, as if it's just, you just get into dirty air and you just waste your tyres. So yeah, choosing to maintain that gap, and you'll see it looks like AG might be doing the same again. Might not even be out of choice, as I say. As soon as you get close to the car, you lose a bit of downforce in the front end and you go straight into a wall. It can cost you a lot more than just being patient, looking after your tyres, and keeping the guy in front under pressure. McLaren in a 5th place. Embar on really old mediums now in 6th place. Robber's dog out on fresh rubber. fresh-ish rubber in 7th. Dowler's still running the mediums from the opening stint, as is Vlav out in the lead of the race. Mr. Sean 2.7, 2.6, 2.4, really starting to eat into the lead Dowler's has over him at the moment. RJ Cool running in 10th now. Probably look to go to the end on that set of mediums. 1.7. Oh dear. So Vlav starting to struggle now. Perhaps going long enough to end on the stints. Might actually end on the soft side. I'm not actually too sure if you have to use both compounds. I think you do. You might have to actually have to run the mediums and the softs. Oh yeah, Vlav looking to run this as long as he can, and he's hit the wall. Didn't need that, he was going into the pits anyway, but yeah, that's cost him a few seconds, and that's probably allowed at least Luco. That's going to allow a few drivers through for now, but so I think these front runners, pretty sure the front runners will have to pit again, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But yeah, 2.5. We'll see where Vlav rejoins the track, right next to his teammate, who comes past on the old mediums. Probably will. I imagine he'll let him back through again as soon as he can. There's Vlav out on the softs now, yeah, so it does look like both compounds are mandatory, as Vlav does retake that position. Embar slots in behind. So yeah, Embar will be in good shape at the end. Dowler's still running the mediums as well, and gets ahead of Mr. Sean. So Mr. Sean, I think, might have had... No, he hasn't had too much of a... I don't think he's lost too much time anywhere. I think that 2:02 lap was his pit stop. But yeah, finds himself behind Dowler's, who's doing a great job on them worn mediums. Back up to 8th place, obviously has to stop again. But we'll be out on the softs for the last stint of the race. Will be pretty quick. Not much happening out front. Top 3 again, maintaining gaps between each other. AG 1.3 behind. Can't seem to get that much closer. Again, has to look after the tyres, as does McLaren, who's got a little bit worse tyre wear. Did pit earlier than the guys in front. Embar finally does pit from what is 6th place, so this will allow a few drivers through. He's going to be close with Dowler's, but Dowler's does also have to pit, so he's going to be close with Mr. Sean. So Mr. Sean on the slight, as he makes a little bit of a move, as Dowler's probably going wide into the pits. Yeah, he is. So Embar does come out ahead of Mr. Sean on the softs. Yeah, he's got a pretty decent gap there as well. We'll see what Sean can do from what is now 8th place. So he really needs to make those tyres last until the end now. And yeah, still over 10 minutes to go, so going to have a bit of a handful. That car's going to be a bit of a handful at the end, and may allow these two guys from Retro Racing to come back into things, although RJ, similar position to Sean. Dowler's will be the man on the move at the back. Not much happening at front, so yeah, 1.2 still. AG just managing, so he's in the slipstream range now, but just can't seem to close the gap enough as we sit on board with AG through the tunnels here. So one of the closest 2 cars on track at the moment. Monster of a car getting the power down. But yeah, sections like this, if you're close to a car in front, you just can't do anything. You're just going to get increased tyre wear, drift off, understeer into the side. He's had a good exit here though. Again, right in the slipstream range. If you can get close around this corner, stay close. This is like the main overtaking opportunities, and he's a great corner and a great exit. Power down, just under a second, so we'll keep an eye on that delta now. 0.9, but again, depends what setup these guys are running. Yeah, just nowhere near. You've got to be around 2 to 3 tenths behind the car in front, coming out of that corner onto the straight. It looks like AG does anyway, so say the tuning is open for this series, so it depends on what downfall settings these guys are running. Yeah, AG slowly closing the gap here. Slightly more tyre wear for Luco in front. I don't think that's really compromising him too much in comparison with AG. 0.9, and then we come up out of here and through the twisty section. I say there's nothing you can do. You can't follow a car closely through here. Just got to keep it neat and tidy. With the so I say the main overtaking opportunity coming up after this left-hander. So you've got this fast left-hander here. So again, so AG's 0.8, 0.7. So he's a lot closer this time. We go on board again, but yeah, 0.7 behind at this longest straight, and again, just not really eating into that delta at all. And may well be running a higher downfall setting. Yeah, Luco doing enough to stay ahead at the moment. MS2 fast, doing a fantastic job out in the lead, very consistent. 3.6 second gap over Luco in second place now. AG getting even closer again. So this coming up is the best overtaking opportunity. Longest straight. You just got to time it right, because there's some twisty sections and you can stay flat out through, but not side by side. But again, just not close enough. Breaks it past 150 mark. He's got a tighter angle through that. He's got a really good line through that hairpin, should I say. Again, just not close enough to make that stick. I say you've got to follow closely to keep yourself in that position to make an overtake attempt, and you do ruin your tyres by doing that. So but both of these guys behind are quicker than MS on that last lap. So MS too fast, a little bit less fuel. Not too sure if that is a concern at the moment. Yeah, Vlad doing more than enough to maintain that 5th place. Closing the gap quite a bit on McLaren ahead, who is really struggling on those mediums now. There's just under 6 minutes of this race left to go. Now 3 or 4 laps left. So this may be the other battle to keep an eye on. As AG has dropped back a little bit now, as he has picked up a penalty somewhere as well. It will give Luco a bit of breathing room again. Perhaps bring this car home in a solid 2nd place. He's been under tremendous pressure throughout the race. He's maintained his head, kept it cool, and keeping the laps consistent. As we have Embar now, the man on the move on the racing softs, pushing Robert's dog through that corner. Similar tyre wear, but Embar on the softer compound. Should be a little bit quicker through the corners and on the corner exit, but see if he can make it count for anything. Again, we come through this tunnel, he's half a second behind. Just needs to time that slipstream and slingshot as well as he can as we go on board. 0.4 behind, not close enough. See how much later, not that much later on the brakes either. Again, even a good line through here, even when you get a good exit, it's just not enough time to get anything done before you hit the S's, which is this section here. So again, he's going to have to pretty much sit behind for another lap, and that tyre wear, obviously on the racing softs as well, he needs to get a move done very quickly. There's, just over 4 minutes of this race left now. Mr. Sean, clean air in 8th place. RJ Cool, reasonably clean air in 9th. He has his teammate Intent bearing down on him, but also on the racing softs that are starting to give up a little bit. As has AG's charge to 2nd place, seems to have hit the buffers a bit after that penalty. 1.8, 1.9 behind now. Great exit there though. McLaren doing enough to stay ahead of Vlav. Hang on, these guys a little bit closer a minute ago. I think Vlav's had he's pitted again, Vlav, for racing soft, so he's obviously had enough time to make a pit stop, maybe going for that fastest lap. 1:39.3 is fastest at the moment. Just keep an eye on him for a moment. He's 3 tenths up on his fastest, but that's still quite a chunk down from MS's fastest lap of the race. But yeah, Vlav in clean air, looking to bring it home in 5th place. 3 minutes of this race left to go. Embar still chasing down Robber's Dog, and I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Those tyres are pretty dead. Ooh. And that is Robber's Dog having a bit of a moment out of the hairpin. It's going sideways across the camera, but it gets the power down nicely still. It's 8 tenths up on Embar, coming to the end of lap 16. And yeah, like I say, great job out in front from MS. AG starting to close that gap a little bit to Luco again. He's running out of time. And yeah, McLaren should be good for 4th place. 1:41s, 2 seconds a lap quicker from Vlav behind, but just running out of time now, so isn't going to have enough to fight back from 4th position. Another solid result, top 5 finish for one of the Balkan Motorsport drivers. Robber's Dog still doing enough to hold off Embar in 6th and 7th place. Embar really just about enough life with them tyres to get to the end, but not really enough to fight and mount a proper overtaking opportunity as we sit onto this long straight again. That's it. Robber's Dog just opening that gap up, so the retro racing boys probably running a little bit less downforce than the guys around them. We'll see now as it come out the last little kink of the straight into the braking zone. Yeah, Robber's Dog doing more than enough. Under a lot of pressure though for his final lap. They'll get one more lap in after this, as our race leader does come through to start lap 18. This will be his last lap, as will be last lap for these two as well. So 0.5 AG just going to give it everything on this last lap now, I feel. Got nothing to lose. First heaviest braking zone as we come through this technical section. Oh, that was that corner cut then from Luco. Oh, and a barrier touch. Hopefully this doesn't get decided on a half-second penalty and gets away with that. They come through the right-hander onto this long straight into the heavy braking zone. So 0.4 behind. AG going to be absolutely going for it now. We'll try and catch the leader crossing the line as always, but he's only 3.5 seconds up the road. Yeah, AG just not close enough to come through the last kink into the braking zone. He's a lot tighter through the hairpin, almost touched there coming through. Luco just taking that wider line, allowing him to get the power down early enough to keep him out of the grasp of AG behind. Looks like a solid race from Luco in 2nd place there. Tyre wear absolutely critical. And MS comes around the final corner to get the checkers flag. 4 seconds ahead of Luco. Great faultless drive there from MS. bringing that home in first place, and I nearly didn't get back in time for them too. Luco in second, AG in third place, McLaren bringing it home in fourth place, just about as he scrapes the wall around the final couple of corners. My voice is going. McLaren in fourth place there. Flav coming round in fifth place. Put on the softs for that last stint. Just got a couple of quick laps in, not enough to catch the guys in front. Robber's Dog withstanding the pressure from behind, and brings the car home in sixth place, ahead of Ember on seventh, who has a completely dead set of tyres now. Mr. Sean in eighth place. Bit of clean air, bit of battling at the start. Yeah, strategy just put him in clean air in eighth. Brings it home for Goose Racing, RJ Cool and Dowlers to finish the top 10. RJ in ninth place and Dowlers on some very dead soft tyres as well. RJ in ninth, Dowlers in 10th. And that brings end to proceedings. Congratulations MS2 Fast, Luco and AG27. The podium. So we bring up the official results. The pole position and a clean race from MS2 Fast. There we go. Pole position and fastest lap. So there we go. MS2 Fast cleaning house this weekend in the Mazda. Luco second place, AG27 in third, McLaren in fourth, Flav in fifth, Robber's Dog in sixth, Embar in seventh, Mr. Sean in eighth, RJ Cool in ninth, and Dowlers in 10th. So that won't change too much at the top of the division. Obviously Luco the leader, picking up second, and yeah, MS, but that will close the gap a little bit, make things a bit interesting in the closing stages of this season. But yes, that was round 6 of DRFS Season 1 2025 in Tier 1. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.